Back. So I've gotten some food in my system and everything, and took some ibuprofen, so my headache and stuff is somewhat gone. So we're good in that department. Ugh.
Elegant, uplifting, almost a
What did we just what did we finish? Oh yeah, that's right. We got the rift thing.
one a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself. And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusionary definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that say practical applications, such as maintaining the security of book copies. Our archive uses primes for that reason, and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on ultra-efficient using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory. The set M2 besides 2 a sum ever proven that seems you could discover one of these proofs and become the next
on the way. Purification in progress.
Such a lofty, and dare I say,
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
good disquisitions to you all, and good luck.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Philosophical profundities informed insight into the future. Also,
So I just realized that I did not have to fucking. I can hold down the button and just fire it
Students,
now. Is this the last power over here? Yep.
Because the OSI had become corrupted. Oh, it started with good intentions. Just a small work group studying the predictive framework.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Taking the fight out of them. They're benumbed.
Bishop the opportunity to solve the version here. And thus was the Order of the Ascendant formed.
stay tuned for what follows. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
OA archive transcription number 391.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Archivist class 4. drastic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for entities. The purpleberry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purpleberry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purpleberry plant was due to Anti's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Actually, it was due to Spacer's Choice, which somehow merged with another company's interactions make little sense. They mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So I will just refer to them as Anti's Choice going forward. Even though that may offend some of my more literal-minded colleagues. The purpleberry plant was at first thought to be poisonous, as the early colonists eating its berries died from the most potent of discharges this documentary has ever witnessed. Which we acquired from a corporate defector to the Protectorate before our stellar system was sealed and the Order ceased daily interactions with our Protectorate allies. But again, I digress. Belated testing by Anti's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purpleberry parasite, or PBP, as it is colloquially called in Anti's Choice's records. More specifically, the PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant, where these eggs have been subdermally injected by the second stage of the parasite. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let's examine the PBP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host, the microscopic eggs inside the berries are exposed to the host's digestive enzymes, which trigger their hatching. These parasites enter their second stage as spiky worm-like creatures with outsized pincer-like mandibles, which then proceed to feed on the host directly, ingesting tissue and blood along the entire intestinal tract. These worms are eventually expelled when they reach a size of approximately 2 centimeters in length, and they then seek out nearby purpleberry plants to lay their eggs in the ripening purpleberries. And I should add that the plants are well fertilized in this entire process. Also, as the expelled contents contain undigested purpleberry seeds, the distribution of the plants is increased, helping infected purpleberry plants to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless Anti's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis, given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship, as a parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Anti's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plodding Anti's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Anti's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles, according to product literature. However, given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, impatient Anti's Choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the berries, so these methods were deemed non-compostable and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in a lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history text on Saltuna, a crossbreed of and was found that contained a reference to anisakid nematodes or worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of plants being infected by these parasites. The text contains
Mortificator is
to
chopped.
eradicating these parasites.
Enemy in the Locking them down. Mitigating the threat.
Showed the same procedure
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
without quite 100% effectiveness. The remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their
Target
texture or
analyzed.
flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers. Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this. Berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony world. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice
Let me handle this.
demonstrates
Back to stay.
OA Archive 1014-5918/4
As was long since foreordained, that song was requested by the Department of Predictive Analysis and Ossification.
Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical tools? Visit your local predictory. To deliberate is to court ruin.
Combat probable. Try to limit further damage.
Sight unseen. Happy to help. Discreetly. Let's offer a match.
You think too much. Locking them down. Mortification in progress.
Dictates we reject individualism.
Yeah.
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify. That's alcohol-free liquor.
The other brands may be 80 proof, but ours has 80 proofs. One printed on each label. Collect and study them all.
From the Order of the Ascendant. A statement with dual meaning. People who hate count as much as the rest. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Cocktail and a quick dip into the lathe of particularities to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Ghoul, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you will be a productive member of our perfect society. I say goodbye, perfect thoughts, hello, contentment.
What a void we just got hosed down with, but it's, kinda...
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be. Welcome to the well. You're not on my skid.
I think a few bulbs burned out and this one's upstairs.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing. Why, of course. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up when at Placid Waters Wellnetarium simply...
To understand this, you must understand the basics.
Greeting. Subject query 1. Concise, incorrect, the accepted query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1. Incorrect. Wait, processing. The degree of query 3. Do you ever fall prey to unaccept a perfect final query? How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfied. The appropriate reply was formulating conclusion. Frenomet 200. The acceptable amount for now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what
collective cognitive compliance is a part of our perfect society. When we comply together, we thrive together.
Your realignment with the paradigm
You'll feel
begins
ever
now.
so much better once you're... Trust me. The lathe of
Your
particularity
realignment with
does
the paradigm
wonders.
begins now.
As the stellar body's
It is
temperature
the duty
increases,
of
its
every
emitted light
protected
shifts up
subject to
into
ensure
visible
they are
light.
operating
Through
at
red,
peak
into
efficiency
orange,
at all
then yellow,
times.
then
The
violet.
paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Wonder what it says about us that we got mistaken for patients.
Fellows, our archivists in discrete warfare analysis have completed their audit of the Protectorate's combat effectiveness. Praetor factors heavily in their findings. This minute moon plays a colossal role in both the Protectorate's military readiness and the oppression of their subject populace. Although Auntie's Choice have extended their corporate umbrella over Praetor, their foothold is insubstantial, their momentum stalled. Protectorate manufacturing remains robust. Society demands perfect results.
Their team plays the worst. Oh, you're new? Must be. No, they say my phrenometric peaks are resist. A facilitator said that I'd been... I couldn't leave. Not yet. Are you in dis... I'd go with my commemorative pitch balls in there. I had to turn in my personal items. Suppose so. One way out's the safest. Someone dug a tunnel. That doesn't... I'll be... Oh, hello.
Station greatly increases Praetor's
To request an exception.
Many mental refreshment facilities.
Medicament dispensing. To request an exception.
It is personally
And as
overseen
always,
by Head
anticipate
Refresher
and calculate.
Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing.
The following song mentions some activities that are improper, something your fractions should never
Than
be.
ever.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits. The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural damage.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most...
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need a mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit...
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Rounding up for clarity / responding. I am medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response. Farewell.
Slothful. We of the Protectorate are not.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The console is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from doubt, efficient, urgent, and thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and restoredness. The system provides, the system abides. Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Oh, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you. I was once a victim of admitting you question is as every loyal and you've missed the daily medicament. The medicament dispensement automac. The medicament dispensement automac. I see head refresher gold provide upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off-limits. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants you
like stealing compost from a breadworm. Almost feel a little bad about her. She sure ain't asking many questions. Though I figure that's the aim of this refreshment.
Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime.
This unit beautifully acknowledges.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are
broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia. This is
conversation is not.
Because reason never goes out of season, it's time for another administration of Relatable Enlightenment with Ask a Vicar, featuring Vicar Mag Sai. Today we focus on quality over quality topics with an accelerated round of brief layperson inquiries.
Good morning.
Well, there are many mental refreshment
Good evening.
to be found throughout
Good night.
Placid waters,
But such
well
knowledge cannot be shared with
here
the
on
general
Prater
public or
is
broadcast
uniquely
freely.
special.
Such an action would shift the equation into new modes. Introduce ancillary expressions that would invalidate the solution. The mention of these topics risks catastrophic, predetermined...
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Can I learn how to make
One assumes their intent.
Parametric mappings must be made by an
Exposure. Undermining.
Okay, great query and answer session, everyone. As your plain-speaking, relatable vicar, I'm always happy to fill your day with 2.5% more practical knowledge.
What happens next may surprise you, but not us. Next out. Well, the seers among you already know.
Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Cycle is a Q. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely coming to seeking numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
Perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Well, there are many mental refreshment
Grafzici, aggressors near.
Apart, right so vital. Perfect pressure. 0, 1, 1, and again. 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21 on 2, 34, counting through. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely. It's Fibonacci from Liber of our The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence of some of the
Go for torpification. Check your scope for combatant analysis.
I go for you.
Fix on their weaknesses. Would not refuse medical support.
All our friends in the Office of and Operation. Those pivotal impediments won't preclude themselves.
And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Aggressors in range.
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Auntie's Choice just suffered an involuntary 15% reduction in workforce, an unfortunate surprise to all personnel. Something that would never happen with the Order, where our predictions help guide our people's lives with peak efficiency from cradle to grave. Keep put, just enough to come. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all of
do I detect? I should have your...
Laughing boy here must...
Well, this is normally where you'd mime. Even... To what end are you here? A proposal. Yes, well, you'll see. Even so, what of the Order? Our former ally. My position... Though you're... What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Your point... In the Protectorate, we have the best of... People are unproductively prone to unhappiness. Oh, are we to debate the nature of... I admit... Well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. Any other... How very nice of you to say. Yes, it's true. Now, what next? Why, I'd say you're... Tell you what, I'll get in and you work the control... Now, don't turn it to its highest setting. That is for only the most severe cases. You won't forget, right? Tickles a bit. Right behind the eye and all along the brainstem.
Yet categorically voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
You're much too kind. I would have set the machine much higher.
Do we think he's lucid enough to spot the irony in this?
You know, I've never been more content. Never more content.
Our minds a result
That's what...
I think I'm supposed to do something else.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft on it?
Oh,
And so the
Well, this is normal. Even to what end are you here? Tell me truly. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merit. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's choice or the Order or my word? There's a good. So, what of the Order? Our former allies. Those cursed over what say you about Auntie's choice then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate that actually sounds to have some slight. Your point is not completely. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. People are unproductively prone to Oh, are we to debate? Well, you've raised some How very Huh. Yes, it's. Now, what next? Really? That's exceptionally flattering. And something. Might I ask for a few additional particulars? For instance, what is the title of the role? My, that sounds. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Thinking never made anybody happy. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. Never question.
This is Grand Plan Wireless,
Enemy in
broadcasting
vicinity.
soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. Valued students of the Order of the Ascendant, recent. Valued students of the Order of the Ascendant, recent fascinating but alarming astronomical events require your immediate and undivided cognitive attention. The main rift anomaly has undergone a sudden destabilization event, spiking in mass and activity, surging 17.2% into a web-like construct spanning 0.17 astronomical units. The geometrical math underlying this energetic intensification reshapes our understanding of exponential dynamics. No exaggeration, we will spend years analyzing this phenomenon. Yet we must suppress our curiosity for the moment. It has become clear that both the large and localized rifts have transitioned into an existential threat to the entire
Combatant
colony.
observed.
Why our Vicar Laureate was nearly consumed by the rift's runaway expansion while on an important research excursion. He barely escaped being reduced to his constituent nucleons. Our seers predict with a 37.6% certainty that the localized rifts across Arcadia will also intensify.
Hello. You find my pitch ball? Oh, commemorative pitch ball. I missed you. Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, okay.
Gravsigi.
Armed and ready.
Torpificator at ready status.
Using inference and logic to cover all the
The tunnel out was right here. Oh, they put a poster over it. Take it down, and I can be off. This is all right. Oh, and last I heard from my daughter, Emily. After you, by all means. I fear I must insist. Guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence.
When a triangle exists with an angle that is right, square the shorter side.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia. This is Grand Plan Wireless. This installment of Ask a Vicar. First up in our trilogy of queries. But I feel I've missed my calling as an analytical statistician. How might I switch careers?
I receive such queries regularly, based on a method known as merged spline interpolation. One solution would be to engage in both professions. Just be careful to avoid Runge's phenomenon of convergent oscillation. But of course, you already know how to circumvent such a simple polynomial degeneracy. Good luck. Godspeed.
Second query, should I have another offspring? I already have 2 of them.
Your answer
It
requires
is
more
the
elaborate
duty of
mathematics than I
every
can perform
protector
at
is
the moment.
subject to
Here's a
ensure
general
they are
calculation based
operating
on the
at
desired
peak
procreation rate of
efficiency at
2.3
all
offspring
times.
per couple.
The paradigm
Calculate the sum of the
requires
children
it.
and the first
That's
5
why
couples that live to your
mental
left.
refreshment.
And
Terrible!
then 25. You should not.
Each of my most dedicated members, locking them down. Adversary vulnerability. Check your scope. We'll come back in a minute.
Refilling my weapon!
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otiscard replied, with no hesitation, beige. To experienced lumen astronomers, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Would the color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission theory. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion of that radiation. The visible part of that reflection is its color. However, most stellar objects generate formal radiation, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency of light and hence what portion of the spectrum.
I hear a plane outside.
That light is in. Low temperature emission is mostly infrared and not visible to us without proper interpretation.
By law, you've done. Unfortunately, I trust that you will find wonderful.
Its emitted light shifts
Thank you again.
through visible light, through red, through orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners could easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Resulting in a non-green star. There is no stellar composition that emits solely packets of green light. In fact, such a composition itself would constitute evidence for intelligent interference, and no such evidence of any kind has ever been detected. Let's get back to Newton Odiscard, the famous stellar cartographer. The methodology of the Odiscard's chromespectral survey was straightforward. He partitioned his astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object in every grid. He ignored empty regions.
Mika, Muka.
As black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light of every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into central tabulated computation. Subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical core of the Q is 42 degrees. Saturation is near 9%.
And it's recharging folks. Happy to help. Discreet. Out of sight, on the way. Someone call for a medic. Standing by to supervise. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Go for it, Neo.
There is none. Taking the fight out of them.
Stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility.
Your thorough appreciation of that song was considered a probabilistic certainty.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Have a fix on their weaknesses.
1415925.
All charged up. 979323326. Gun weapon ready, Commander. Adversary.
Boo. That had a skull on it, and I kicked its ass.
445923078 16406286208 How many numbers am How many digits in
We should talk, Commander. Commander, I've been thinking on the fact that so many of my slack-witted brethren believe it reasonable that I've been... So much so that There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill. Point. You know, I knew him from before. Long, but very well. Anyway, if I know we have... Hopefully, it will bring me that much closer to whoever...
For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Glad you stopped by. I had something I wanted to ask you. That hammer's a fine piece of weaponry, sure enough. But how much can we trust the hand wielding it? I'm flattered. Arbiters ain't like us. Yeah. I'm guessing you didn't come here to talk about Rao, though.
Popular topic. To wit, a listener asks, what's this about the mathematician and his propensity for questionable ethics?
That scum. That miserable I shall not rest until the Consul pays for his treachery and Arcadia's rightful... Do you truly believe this to be a fine... I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign. But I hope that is... I sincerely...
Ascending principles, nor did his association
Commander,
with entities...
I'm glad I managed... There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. I received a message from a close friend of mine. His message you asked before, and I did not mention it. But with Virgil's message, I now... Very good.
Inquiry about our order you're bursting to ask? Relay your query at your local predictory post-haste. What
Lovely
happens
day for a coup, dear. The only surprise about the Protectorate's may all...
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Where's the pets?
possessing concavity, or a shape with manifold convexity. You can manage any such complexity. Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify.
Make your desired outcome be a probabilistic certainty with Pinnacle Vegetable Expulsions.
You enjoyed our casts. Now try our expulsions. From the Order of the Ascendant. A roguish comical reference from the Pond of Chocolate. Anti's Choice and the Protectorate both count very little. The Order of the Ascendant counts the most. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper. Something your fractions should never be.
These outer worlds are cruel. The universe is cold.
2.7 Kelvin, if truth be told.
Scientism is a lonely field. We research double-blind.
The very fact we found each other boggles the undisciplined mind. I can count on English
Why we have to buy our own weapons from our own merchants. Got people who build just better gear.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us. Ah, before I forget, here. This is
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. That's wonderful. You heading out?
Buy from me?
I never knew
mental refreshment is.
You had your eyes open to the Protectorate's
Stimulants, medicaments, drugs. Get your appreciate your assistance. Makes my life easier.
Garment's here. Come ganderize.
Protect your loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today. If you're with us, I'll assume you're not against us.
Geometric harmony.
and live to tell your fellows about my store.
Meals currently sold with, if you became, what may this unit rehydrate for you? When last seen, Mr. Shop here to acquire fine food for cheap.
Colleagues, we are living in astounding yet increasingly difficult to predict times. One need look no further than the rift intensification event. It is no great leap to hypothesize the rifts present an extinction-level threat. How fascinating. And worth noting how our Arcadian cohabitators view this energetic phenomenon. The incursive bit brokers in Auntie's Choice perceive the rifts as an exploitable resource once someone figures out how to stabilize them. No great cognitive feat to deduce that someone is us. Meanwhile, those chronic underthinkers in the Protectorate are taking their textbook propagandized approach, outwardly heralding the rifts as a portent of their vaunted paradigm, while no doubt inwardly seeking their own means to mitigate their peril. This is not idle speculation. The Protectorate is operating their own laboratory dedicated to rift research, the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center on Praetor. We remain skeptical of the Protectorate's research, given their lack of any staff academically lettered and duly accredited in the fields of scientism. In fact, it is likely the rift threat would never have escalated if the Protectorate had simply included us in their research from the outset. And yet we should not dismiss their clumsy attempts outright. Even a stopped chronometer is accurate twice in a daily cycle. Perhaps their efforts were not fraught with error. We have observed reports that a familiar...
Another challenger approaches. None have defeated my collections, and none shall. Cards, my dear, of the toss ball and pitch ball variety. I must... Sporting! That's an impressive number of cards, my friend, but not... No. Your cards. You have multiple that I do not. Your collection has defeated me. Though this defeat...
These airways.
I understand your impatience. But wait just a moment longer.
With an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions." Oh, that apparently was a note to self, not to be read aloud.
You've done right by us. Respect that.
The following song has been determined to facilitate
part of our
abstract
crew
thinking and
makes you a friend.
constructive rumination.
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise. Behold! Greetings again. You may have defeated me last. In the wake of my... I've heard sprats are real... Battle sprats! Imagine the
Run along now. I've spent more than enough time entertaining wayward sprats.
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. No need to squander cogitation on a lengthy preamble for this installment of Ask a Vicar, especially with today's proverbial doozy of a query. A listener asks, I ain't got time to suss out the difference between the Grand Plan and the Universal Equation. Now let's turn to Vicar Magsai for the answer.
First, based on the vernacular of that question, and it's not even a question, I shall assume the inquirer is no academic. Indeed, I theorize they're from Auntie's Choice. No doubt a cast-off from their consumeristic society, what they might call a rum leech. To this listener, I say, welcome. We vicars are always gladsome to educate the ignorant, and to maximize comprehension of our new corporate friend, I shall present my answers using as few syllables as possible, in the lingua franca of Auntie's Choice. Product placement. I've just upended a box of Purpleberry Crunch across my work desk. It's one of Auntie's Choice.
Greetings. How has the data collection fared? That's hardly. Are you prepared to present what you have learned? Finally, a breakthrough. Let's hear it. Sounds like it was likely. Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moments? That's idle. Last question. Were there any contributing factors scuttling an entire... This report is going to bear some glaring... Here's something for your time. It would have been more if Auntie's Choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have ample opportunity to use this for propaganda purposes. I am! But if the order fails in Arcadia, none of that will matter. I'm just making the most of what you gave me. Oh, I'd be happy to. Anyone will... Now I need to get this report.
But we know it is knowable.
Thanks for your help.
It's a matter of calculating the motion of every particle in the universe. That calculation is a universal equation. Once we solve it, and it's only a matter of time, we will know all that ever was or will ever be. Not only will we predict reality, but control it. We will ascend to godhood. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Trying real hard not to be, and we got enough to worry about as it is, and adding this much chaos to our Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out. How personal are we talking? Like I said, everyone in my unit, see, most of our onboarders promise that if we demonstrate, it ain't like they can't complain if where we're needed isn't. All right. I don't know if I would have made it out alive without better than I'd feared. Only had to, he almost got Ortiz. It was a rough few nights at first, knowing I appreciate. In any case, I'm only standing here because. Lara, you owe me a sparring session. Get your gloves and warm up.
on the golden spiral, a part that's quite so vital. Giving squares to perfect quotient, 0, 1, 1, and again, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, not 2, 13.
Let us make our way to Paradise Island at once.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to proceeding.
If you come across a challenge that you don't seem equipped to handle, try level up if I'm better equipped at first. The other thing.
Get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber of Arasi. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence of each number sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 30, 21, 34, and so on and so forth. It's Fibonacci from Liber of Arasi.
Yet categorically voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Drink Maxima alcohol-free liquor.
The other brands may be 80 proof, but ours has 80 proofs. One printed on each label. Collect and study them all.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Whimsical conversational jests in the 7A. Be like. Next up. Well, the series you already know.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 40. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progression. My name is Edmund Vandersma, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation... of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers, so simplistic. Consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numismatics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago, while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetition is one of them. I've also been called redundant several times. That's how it's called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest let's call that set N2. Then a prime is any number in the set N2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set N2. A simple definition. Elegant, uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself. And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, let's say, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of gift cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient state, using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. One such question is this: is every even number of the two primes? That seems unlikely. I've been unable to find an upper limit. You should discover one of these.
My thanks and my hammer.
Can you give me an example that is true? Of course. Number when you square the root of 2. Explain. An isosceles right triangle. Corners are measured both as 1. The length of the longest side then cannot fully be expressed by anyone. Are there any numbers you can name us? Are there any numbers that are famous? A ratio known as golden. It is
The Fox Relay.
Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial. The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you open.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
His loss. I heard Auntie's in the market for a big, dumb, winsome bodyguard. He'd be paid handsomely in Spratwurst and backhanded compliments.
Questions of intent. Now, what shall it be, Arbiter Rao? I sent the message that drew you here. Virgil shall not arrive to aid your decision-making.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was. Thinking I was already...
Virgil!
I had not expected...
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you.
I'm somewhat embarrassed to acknowledge that, in my haste to see Virgil...
This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led...
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed.
Your explanation does not...
You may not believe me, but I have enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you.
It's possible this is a ploy, and the Consul is on to Virgil and I. But if that is so, why...
Are you mad? Because he seeks to lower your guard, then
I trust Sentinels no more than you. But I am using this situation to gather information, which I would expect you would also do if you weren't so focused on haranguing me.
I appreciate the support. Though we are not related by blood, I suppose...
Conversation is not likely to distract me from my purpose. I am here to kill no one, but unless there has been some kind of mistake, you must still submit to me.
Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the Consul's summons.
You don't look like a scientist.
It's true.
I see.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties, after I apprehended you.
This is all clearly a tactic.
What must you think? But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating secret...
Or?
It's a risk worth taking.
I'm pleased to be of service, in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another. There is no... I will take my...
I shall follow him out. Just... That's done with. He left peaceably as...
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly
I'll spare you my...
I appreciate your caution, but it is... Let us do... I regret we've not had more...
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to I have several leads of my own to pursue
Honestly, these corporate interactions make little sense to me, as they mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and...
Okay, I gotta end it here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game here. Bye.